It's enough, I think. It's enough, I think.
Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy.
I'm your host, Edie Arndell. Glad to be here bringing you some breaking news with my good friend, Mr. Scott Free.
Hey, everybody.
And Hazel is helping us today, and I'm very glad because I am outraged, sad, pissed off, like a litany of words come to mind. If you haven't already heard, our illustrious puppet of a president and evil person has bombed Venezuela completely illegally and kidnapped the president and the first lady.
I thought I had a graphic, and now I don't see it here anymore.
Well, I'll just bring up what our show was going to be, but we'll cover the rest of everything next week. I mean, there's a lot to talk about Venezuela, but you did put some Venezuela in there.
Yes, it is right there. And for folks, you know, it is the background is a reference to Aldous Huxley's book, Brave New World. That was the original graphic on the first edition. So
yeah, so that's where we got our title, Brave New Year. I mean, they keep us anesthetized and unplugged and into reality and plugged into your phone, your socials, your gaming, whatever.
But I actually want to say that for a big news item like today, the worst place you want to go is mainstream. You do want to go to your phone or to your socials because you're going to get way better information. I mean, the propaganda, I wouldn't be able to last 10 seconds if I had CNN or Fox or MSNBC on. It would just be the most horrific propaganda saying how great this is. And
yeah, I mean, Glenn Greenwald's been talking about it. JB Font's been talking about it. Even Breaking Points.
Yeah, here's the graphic.
Yeah, kidnapped by the Empire.
Yep, sick.
For you Star Wars.
Really sick. Oh yeah, right.
We are on the side of Darth Vader. Maybe that should be the new. Oh, I lost Scott again. We should be on the side of do graphics of Trump as Darth Vader. Pretty much what he's doing. Yep.
Sorry. Hitting the wrong buttons.
Yeah, today's kind of emotional for sure. What do we want to cover first?
We could just run the AP News report. I checked it first. It's mainstream. It doesn't have any. It doesn't really have propaganda in it. In fact, it says, it does state the opposition and the people stating the opposition. So we can run the AP piece.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that is. That it?
The United States hit Venezuela with a large-scale strike early Saturday and said its president, Nicolas Maduro, had been captured and flown out of the country. Here's what to know. Multiple explosions and low-flying aircraft were seen in Caracas in the early hours of Saturday morning. Maduro's government immediately accused the US of an imperialist attack on civilian and military installations.
Yeah.
US President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that Maduro had been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. He added that the operation was done in conjunction with US law enforcement. The apparent attack itself lasted less than 30 minutes. Trump said in his social media post that the strike was carried out successfully. It comes after the Trump administration has escalated pressure on Maduro, who has decried US military operations against alleged drug traffickers as a thinly veiled effort to oust him from power. It was not immediately clear who was running the country, and Maduro's whereabouts were not immediately known.
That little crap at the end. It is not clear who's running the country. They got rules, folks. They're a country. They have rules. It's like,
yeah, I don't know what the
name is.
Yeah, she ran for stuff, and she's part of the government. She's already made statements.
Yeah, the VP. Oh, you know what? We lost everything when I bumped out. I'll get some of the images back up. But yeah, the VP did make a statement, and
they're in there.
Yeah,
I was just looking for. We did this to Chavez.
Yeah, here's the VP statement.
Oh, I lost.
So, and thanks to Matt Kennard for sharing this. Delcy Rodriguez, Vice President of Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro's instructions have been given. Let us go out and defend our homeland. And yeah, we're going to show some rallies that are going on in Venezuela today. People are really pissed, as
they should be.
Yeah, just horrific. I'm going to add some more of those images.
Okay. Well, the first story we had, which we already had and we're going to cover, is this is an act of war. Before this happened today, CIA carried out drone strike on port facility inside Venezuela on the ground. This is by Jake Johnson from Common Dreams. To date, the Trump administration has not provided any evidence to support its claims that boats it has illegally bombed in international waters were involved in drug trafficking. No casualties were reported from the drone strike on the port. And the Venezuela government has not publicly commented on the attack. Even Mehdi Hassan, which I'm not always a fan, for sure.
I'm never a fan.
Well, you know, I was being generous.
Yeah.
In case somebody's a fan that's watching. This is an act of war and illegal under both U.S. and international law. Let's just be clear about that.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm thankful that they didn't kill him. And I wonder if it has a level of, you know, we were talking before the show started about kind of countries have this level of, you know, like there are certain countries that the U.S. wouldn't think twice, like Venezuela, just go in there, you know. Mm-hmm. Would they do the same for Mexico? Would they do the same for a European country? No. But, and then I just thought about Haiti. They went in and had just killed a guy, right? So, you know, there are certain, luckily they haven't killed him. And I'm hoping there's a big rally wherever they're holding him in New York. I think he went to New York for their drug charges on him. You know,
this person was elected by all standards, you know, legally elected, no fraud. I don't know if we can even say that here at this point. You know, he's the president of that country.
Yeah, I mean, you can't grab another. In fact, I think there's a good Claire Daly quote. Let's do that one. And she was responding to Kaja Kalas. I don't know who they are. I have spoken.
Claire Daly is.
Claire Daly was a leader in Ireland. I don't think she won re-election.
Yeah, she was an MP, right?
Yeah. But she's brilliant. She wonderful. So this was somebody saying, I have spoken with Secretary of State Marco Rubio and our ambassador in Caracas. The EU is closely monitoring this situation. Okay, yeah. Maybe the person that beat her in an election. And so Claire says, which principle of international law in the UN Charter permits one sovereign country to conduct an extraordinary rendition of the sitting head of government of another sovereign country under the cover of shock and awe airstrikes on a high-density civilian center, right? I know I hate these government leaders, you know, who just make these vague statements about, come on, folks. Again, stop normalizing this crap. This is kidnapping. It's illegal activities.
So, look.
Hey.
Yay, we feel free to do things to these countries that will have a hard time defending themselves. I mean,
right.
After them for.
And we talked about this before the show, too. I mean, I'm sure that Venezuela has the military capability to shoot down a plane in their airspace, illegally in their airspace. They do have the technology, but are they brave enough, right? So you shoot down a U.S. airplane and you know what comes next. So that's absolutely part of it. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and we, you know, it's just been steadily escalating. I mean, we allow this around the world. We've allowed it around the world for decades to just go in and mess up a country, but everybody's like, oh, that's over there. You know, they're always fighting without taking responsibility for what we've done, what we've allowed our government to do. And now it is in our hemisphere. And what is to stop him from doing it anywhere else?
And the thing is, when you say escalating, really, it wasn't escalating as much as it was just propaganda to get ready. So you'd bomb a couple of tiny boats and then the public can talk and get used to it. so that, when they do the big attack, it's already in everybody's brains, and, the bots in the comment sections are all supporting it. So, you got people arguing back and forth. Yeah, but they were selling drugs. No, they're fishermen. All this stuff can happen. It's all propaganda getting ready for what they actually are intending to do.
Yeah, we'll do the X comment next. I think it's next in the show. But what's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe Harrington. He's our Illinois candidate for U.S. Senate. So thanks for stopping in, Joe.
China, Russia, Cuba, Iran, and Turkey are allies of Venezuela. What they do or don't do will tell the tale of this latest U.S. toppling of a sovereign country. Hasn't been toppled yet.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to bring up, my history is not great. I think we have, if we don't have it here, it might be Guardian, where they talked about how we did this in 2002. So the Bush administration engineered a coup in Venezuela in 2002. Chavez was taken hostage and flown to an island for 2 days. It was reversed because the people fought back. That's the line I don't really know the details on it. I would question, because governments never do what their people want them to. So the U.S. has been at war with Venezuela since 1999 because it slipped the imperial leash. No greater crime in Washington. So this has been going on for a very long time. And Joe, is to, right. None of these other countries, they are willing to take it on. We were going to cover today the attempted assassination maybe of Putin. Was it an attempted assassination, or was it attacking the nuclear codes? Because both issues are there. It was they theorize, or they're very confident there are the facilities within one of his homes to, activate nuclear codes. So, right. I mean, who's brave enough to take on the U.S.? Because we will keep taunting countries. We taunt China by sending bombs to Taiwan and get their right-wing nutcases to, try to bomb China.
Well, we're jumping through, but
I know, but I'm just saying
it did have a story on that China is sanctioning our military. What do you call them?
Oh, the military supplies. Yeah. And China was going to meet Maduro this morning. They had an envoy. they had an envoy flying in to meet him this morning.
I think we get it now.
Yeah.
Oh, why today?
Yeah. Right.
Right. Eglick says this is unconstitutional as well.
Yep.
Congress is more than happy to let the president do whatever they want as long as it helps big capital.
Right.
O-A.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it's true of every war, right? They might complain a little because it'll look good to the people who vote for them. They don't do crap. I mean, when does a president ever get impeached for war crimes, for starting wars they had no right to start? Never. And they should absolutely be thrown out the day they bomb another country illegally. They got no right to invade all these countries. No rights, but they do it over and over and over.
Yep. So do we have that X to bring up? Venezuelans in the street. Hazel, is that going to play for you? It's right under the last story. This is an act of war before the graphic.
Otherwise, I think I might have one if you can.
Okay.
Let's see.
Do I see it yet?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, Hazel, put it up. Yeah.
This is the response from Venezuelans.
One response. I just grabbed this randomly. So. Oh, that's a better shot. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. People are in the streets all the way back. Yeah. So folks in the streets all the way back. That was just something I grabbed. But yeah, I mean, it's,
talking, and she was just screaming at somebody, but I don't remember which one that one was.
And there was a piece, as you could tell, folks, we just threw this all together 10 minutes ago. But there was a piece that that had said that Venezuela had never been military attacked before. And I thought that was interesting. I did not know that. I don't know how the Chavez operation was handled, but they were bombed last night. So we do have some video of people just going around trying to find survivors because a apartment building was bombed.
That's under
searching for survivors.
The Guardian graphic, if you want to bring that up.
Yeah.
We got one we missed, but we can go back to it.
Sorry, Hazel, we're just throwing this all at you.
Well, I mean, it's all related. Maduro was ready to negotiate. That was the next thing we were going to talk about.
Right. Yeah, he had been in negotiations about the oil, to what level he was going to let them,
Yeah, and he didn't kick our U.S. companies out. No matter what Trump says, that is not our oil. That belongs to the country of Venezuela. Right. All they did was nationalize it and say, you can't have a controlling share. You can't have it all. That's all they said. And then we're so volatile and, obviously, why would anybody want to work with us? I had a piece in there, I don't know if we'll get to it, that Jeffrey Sachs for president was talking about, Canada is quietly working with Greenland because we can't be trusted anymore. So they're just there building the relationship. We don't know how to do that. We say one thing one day and we say another thing another day.
Here you go, Hazel. We got it. I put it up. Yeah, thank you.
Con todo para que tenga conocimiento, me encuentro con el comandante Marcano en la Azulé, específicamente uno de los bloques que fue impactado por uno de los misiles. Vamos en busca de personas que puedan estar un poco,
yeah, you can see the damage over
de
there.
repente en resguardo. No hay heridos por ahora, aparentemente no hay heridos de gravedad, pero sí en el hospitalito hay una señora que está en estado crítico en el hospitalito. Como puedo observar, mira la estructura como quedó. La estructura del bloque.
And it's densely populated area that they bombed.
Sí, lamentablemente.
So,
yeah, we're there to
that's
do
okay. I think, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, densely populated area that they decide they're going to bomb is they're going to try to kidnap a person. It's just.
Mm-hmm. And they probably did that. I don't know if we can find that statement from the person that's now leading the country. She was part of his government.
Oh, I put that up before, and
oh no, she was speaking, but
oh, a video.
Yeah, I mean it's coming out so fast.
Right.
Yeah. So what's this Mike Wallace thing? Oh, Maduro offered to negotiate. That's a Facebook. That's
okay, that might have been the one. Yeah. So Mick Wallace was the other leader. It was kind of Claire and Mick who were the two. Remember him with the beard? Yeah, that's
Claire and Mick were just like going hard on the EU's government about Gaza. Yeah.
And so it's just a graphic actually. Yeah, Maduro offered to negotiate. Now I lost it. Sorry.
It's there. With the U.S. on any narcotics issue, but Marco Rubio and Stephen Miller are making sure there will be no negotiations. The U.S. has no respect for international law, and this is Mick Wallace. It does say it's a video, but you just grabbed the graphic, right?
Oh, it might. You could try to play it, Hazel. I don't know. Oh, I may have just grabbed. I'm not sure. But I wanted to say that in our last show, we had talked about the CBS video of the Venezuelan guys who were grabbed and kidnapped and then sent to Honduras in the torture chamber, right?
Oh,
El Salvador. Thank you. Nicolas Maduro was negotiating with the U.S. to get them to be sent back to Venezuela. And it was Marco Rubio who blocked that. So in the same way here, now Marco Rubio didn't make the decision. It was Trump to make the decision. But obviously this is Marco Rubio's life goal is to bomb Venezuela and get rid of Maduro. So he's getting his way here. And in the same way, Maduro was trying to negotiate.
I would also say, Trump is not, he's just a useful idiot. He's the face of it. he does what he's told, despite everybody's, he's okay with it, by the way. Whatever's going to make him look good. And you notice, because he'll do a talking point and then he'll just start rambling and not making any sense. Once he gets that talking point out, then he can just go be his weird ass self.
And to people who want to try to, say, yeah, the Republicans are doing this, it would be so much better if the Democrats were in there. The Democrats unanimously voted for Marco Rubio, folks, knowing, his history of wanting to go after Venezuela is decades. So everybody knew that putting in Marco Rubio meant, this kind of thing was going to happen. And the Democrats all voted for him. So, folks, it's one party.
I want to circle back a little bit too. Think about what happened in Iran. Iran has not ever attacked us.
No.
The history of that is long and nasty from our side to them.
Right.
But we were in negotiations with Iran on the weekend, right before we were supposed to finalize something. We bombed them.
Right.
Because we don't want to negotiate. That they just would rather just, go make the military industrial complex a whole bunch of money and just go steal it, because it makes people rich, and then they don't have to deal with these pesky people and the laws and all that. And if the Democrats were serious, they would have handled Trump in 2016. He broke the law as soon as he took the oath of office.
And they were negotiating Ukraine and Russia when there was the drone strike on Putin's home. And that, if Ukraine does a drone strike, folks, that's the U.S. They provide the drones, they provide the intelligence, they provide the personnel. It is a U.S. attack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, do we want to bring up the U.S. Venezuelan tensions escalate story? That was this today. It changes.
Yeah,
it's beyond escalation now. But the couple of paragraphs that I really wanted to touch on was human rights scholars and UN experts have repeatedly described sanctions as a form of collective punishment, contributing to widespread shortages of food, medicine, and essential services. In a statement issued in late December, a group of United Nations experts warned the U.S. maritime coercion violates fundamental rules of international law and endangers the human rights of Venezuelans and people across the region. While some commentators argue that a full military invasion of Venezuela would provoke severe backlash in the United States and abroad, others contend that Washington's current approach may be worse. I don't know, because it combines economic warfare, extra-legal force, and covert action without democratic debate or accountability. Well, I guess now we know. Did you want to see anything else? Oh, I didn't say who this was from. Let's see. This is Joshua Scheer from ScheerPost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Magazine, by the way, you get tons. Some of the people that write for them are kind of, but a lot of it's great. And this is where I get the majority of my news, because ScheerPost is like an online magazine that kind of, they cull it for you and then they deliver it to your inbox.
Okay.
Just be warned, it'll be like 20 emails a day.
I think I was on it for a day and then I got off.
Oh my God.
No, thank you.
They do fantastic work.
Yeah. No, they do.
And that's how my email goes from like, oh, I got 20 to I got 200 in a couple of days. But yeah. I don't even know what to say anymore. This is all about oil. This is all about property. It's all about making the rich people even richer.
Yeah, I think we covered, or I put up a piece in a previous show about how, and I see this quite a bit. A lot of commentators are saying how this is desperation, and how, I guess they feel like we're trying to steal they have the number one oil reserve in the world right now. Mm-hmm. The most potential for oil is Venezuela. And so, this is a desperate grab to pay off our debts. I don't know. Usually my scenario is that it's the private companies that come in and grab this stuff. So I don't even know if it's benefiting the U.S. to steal all this oil. But But yeah, they are desperate. I know that there was a $3 trillion loan that has to be repaid like immediately as of January 1st. So I know a lot of the folks in government are in panic mode. But yeah, it certainly shows our desperation. And Joe, like you commented, I don't know if there's going to be any responses. From Joe, 1953, CIA orchestrated coup of Iran's democratically elected leader. Ike was president. Oh, thank you for that. We installed a ruthless dictator. He is overthrown and the Islamic Revolution takes place. Rinse and repeat. And yeah, I have been seeing a bunch of things, not confirmed, but I like the sources that I go to. I do think they're responsible. And they've been grabbing some of the Iran protesters there are big protests in Iran right now. And they've grabbed some of them and kind of harassed them. One guy pissed his pants when they were like, and found out he was Mossad. He was an Israel agent there. And it's like, hello. And they're finding more than one, folks, more than one, that it's Israeli IDF. Well, I don't know if they're IDF, but.
Well, the 7-day war or whatever it was, whenever we bombed Iran and then Iran's like, oh, okay. They rounded up a whole bunch of Mossad.
Yeah.
In their own country. They knew they were there. They
right.
weren't going to let them do a coup.
Right.
We don't have the right to do this, people. We do not have the right. It's not just illegal. It's morally reprehensible.
Yeah. Morally, I don't know. I don't know. I see morals in one country, and you guys know which country that is. I only see morals in one country, and that's Yemen. That's it. Sorry, I cheer about China and Russia all the time. I don't see morals there.
They're not doing enough.
I don't see morals there either.
Why are they letting
Yemen,
Israel and the United States get away with this stuff? Why are we letting our government get away with this stuff? And I don't know if you want to talk about my little idea, but this is about oil. So every time you go to fill up your car or go on a trip, or just think about it. That company that you're giving your money to is behind death and destruction around the world, and specifically in Venezuela. This is why we're doing it. We do not run our government. The corporations run our government. And I don't know if you all remember, his name just escaped me, Stephen Donziger. So he won a case in Guatemala about Chevron, literally just dumping poison into their water system and poisoning villages, and he won. What was his reward? He was put on the longest house arrest in the history of our country for nothing more than not turning over everything to Chevron.
Right. Yeah. So Chevron runs our country. Yep.
Yeah. So you want to do something about this? Well, of course, we hope you join us. But what you can do right now is stop buying gas. That's what they care about. They care about the money. I think that if we were serious, we could tank the oil price, and that would be payback. The whole world should just say, I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh, I thought your idea was going to be putting protest stickers on the gas pumps, which I love that idea.
Yeah, but yeah, we don't have them. Well, just hand them out, and just let people know.
No, but I just like the gas pump idea. It was cute because that's where the put your money where your mouth is. Is that I'm getting that wrong? But yeah, I mean that's the issue. It's right there,
Chevron,
and I'm guilty. I mean, I try to take public transportation when I can in the city. In fact, I'll be taking public transportation today. How's that for a segue? So if you're in Chicago, they're doing a rally at 5:00 at Federal Plaza, and it's a bunch of coalitions. Thank you for all the coalition building here. I wonder if Illinois Green Party's in this one, because we try to be involved in all these. Yep, we're in there. Yay. I had to check. I'm supposed to be in charge of that. I had to check. Oops. So the Illinois Green Party has sponsored No War on Venezuela, Stop the Bombing, Federal Plaza, 5 p.m. And I know that, the Answer Coalition is doing like in numerous states. Mm-hmm. They're involved in this one, but numerous states.
And if there's not one going on in your area at 5:00,
call some friends. Well, call some friends together. I mean, there's that whole theory of that the police can easily control one big protest. That they can handle. They can direct it. But if there's 1,000 small protests, no, they can't do that. Nope. So organize a small protest today, folks. Call your friends and your family who you don't argue with, who aren't not Trumpsters, and do a rally today. In fact, it's really this is really important because we have to have a strong public opposition to this. People need to be out in the streets today, folks. It's really cold here in Chicago, but people need to be out in the streets today because it's really important. Really important. I want a big, like I said, a big rally in New York, free Maduro signs everywhere by wherever they're holding it. If they've even disclosed it, I don't know. Yeah, I'll write a song, Free Maduro. Who was it? That was the ska group that did Free Nelson Mandela. Okay, I don't want to put those two on the same plane, but it's the idea. They got no right to be kidnapping and this guy and holding him in jail.
No, they don't.
He's the leader of a country that has the tag socialist with it. And that is against the law, according to Trump, all of our government. Against the law, you can't be a socialist country. It's every country has its own degree of socialism, but they're socialist enough that their oil is controlled by their government. So that's enough to trigger.
Yeah, we did talk about this in a little bit later in the lineup when the USSR and China saved humanity, how they won the world anti-fascist war.
Right.
Antifa it's not even a group. It's like an idea. It's like, hey, don't believe in fascism.
I just wish the American version of Antifa was like, and including the Ukrainian neo-Nazis, but they don't seem to go that far. Yeah. But the reality is, folks, and in fact, when Putin first invaded Ukraine, they did make that a story and they were laughing at it. What does it mean, denazification? Well, folks, January 1st, I don't know if you saw it, but Ukraine celebrates the birthday. I think it's birthday. But anyway, they've designated January 1st as Stefan Bandera Day. And there were protests. There were celebrations around Ukraine of celebrating Stefan Bandera, the Nazi that was working with Hitler and slaughtered, thousands upon thousands of ethnic Russians, I think, was their primary focus back then. I'm not completely sure about that. I think probably Jews they were killing too. So so he is trying to denazify that current right-wing neo-Nazi government of Ukraine. Yeah.
Before we move on, I'd like to talk about Maria Corina Machado.
Isn't she special?
Nobel Peace Prize person.
who Julian Assange is suing. I thought this was hilarious. He's suing the Nobel corporate company for doing this because it is an act of aggression, because that's what she wants. She wants what happened this morning. This is her dream come true, because now she's waiting to be installed. Democracy. They're trying to bring democracy to Venezuela. So they want to install this woman who just wants to let BlackRock come in and take over everything. That she wants to, and she openly brags that do we have that piece where she's openly just telling, come on, companies, come in and take our oil.
We do.
Oh my God.
We have the story from Ben Norton Geopolitical Economy Report.
Okay.
Which is actually next in the lineup, and then we have where she's talking about it on X.
Okay. I'm sorry, Hazel. We're sending you all over the place.
Oh no, it's in order of the show.
Okay.
It's just so much. Like, this is probably all we're going to get to today.
Well, actually, I was going to.
It looks like there's a video inside this article. I don't know how long it is. Trump-backed Venezuelan coup leader promises to give
away Venezuela's oil. Yeah. You could try to hit. I don't know if you can hit a video on that, Hazel, but
Forget about Saudi Arabia. Forget about the Saudis. I mean, we have more oil. I mean, infinite potential. And we're going to open markets. We're going to kick off the government from the oil sector. We are going to privatize all our industries. Venezuela has huge resources: oil, gas, minerals, land, technology. And as you said before, we have a strategic location, hours from the United States. So we're going to do this right. We know what we have to do. And American companies are in, super strategic position to invest. This country, Venezuela, is going to be the brightest opportunity for investment of American companies, of good people that are going to make a lot of money.
Yes,
the so-called Nobel Peace Prize.
Thank you for bringing that one back. I mean, that's a classic from 2025. That's for sure. Just gross. Just gross. What a betrayer of your own country. I mean, imagine saying that, going to any country, going to China and say, look at what the US has. Come on, steal it all. I mean, it's gross. It's disgusting. She's a traitor to her country. The police have been friendly with the protesters here. I'll call some friends. Oh, there you go. All right.
And then users on Truth Social are saying what we're doing in Venezuela isn't a war.
No, bombs are not war. Yeah, ask the people whose families just, were killed in that bomb. Because they do say civilians died. They have no idea how many yet. But
You
yeah.
say potato, I say potato.
It's sick. That's one thing that just really depresses me is the amount of people who support the empire in this country. It's really, really scary. And again, we don't know what percentage. There are people that estimate that comments and socials are now at 50% bot. And I think I said I did go research one or a couple, and I went to see if they were bots. And you could tell it's got one picture, and you can go down about 3 spots, and that's it for the profile. It's like bot,
Yeah.
And that was old bots. Now bots are probably way more sophisticated. That was a while
Well, they can literally put words in your mouth. And I remember, what's the economist that you like?
Wolf.
Yeah, Richard Wolff was saying, I've been fighting this. They're using my face and my background and putting words in my mouth by AIing my mouth.
Yeah, well, John, I got caught on this show. I'm not going to include you with that. I got caught using an AI video, and somebody put in the comments, I think this is AI. I was like, no, come on.
Crap.
I went and researched. Oops. Yeah, there's even channels that are all AI created. It's called John Mearsheimer Speaks. It's fake. It's fake.
Yeah, I remember that.
I do remember he was sitting there talking, and he kind of seemed a little stiff, and I was like, oh, but I didn't.
Now there's one that I'm not sure if that I put in the show, but now I don't know if we want to use it. Oh wow. Who's the guy? Oh, Jeffrey Sachs. I'm like, he looks stiff.
Oh, okay, then don't. Yep.
And then I'm like,
what show was it on? Or was it him by
it's
himself?
supposed to be his channel. It's like Sachs Global.
Oh, that sounds like AI. I don't think he has a channel. I'd be surprised if he has his own channel. Yep.
See?
Yeah,
and
right. No, I'm glad we talked about this.
Yeah,
right.
Like I put it in, and I'm like, wait, so disregard that in the notes. My apologies.
I have something that I wanted to add, which it does kind of relate in terms of it is how there are the two things going on at the same time. There's our own attacks on countries and Israel's attacks on countries, and because we're the same, we are the same.
Yeah, one has been given a lot of free reign and is way advanced.
Well, and where does Israel come from, right? Israel, the people in Israel, where do they come from? Brooklyn, New Jersey, Poland, Russia. I mean, it's it is a fake country. It truly is a fake country. And so but I wanted to bring up I am struggling today.
Go ahead and bring it up. I lost it.
It is Israel's new. I got it here. Sorry, Hazel. I just wanted to.
Here, I got it.
Thank you. Okay, so Israel's new laser system goes active. The Israeli Military of Defense and Rafael Advanced Defense Systems Company delivered the first Iron Beam system to the Israeli force on December 29th. So again, I don't know the timing, all this stuff. There's no doubt that, Netanyahu came to the U.S. and the entire Congress applauded him, right? Didn't that just happen? But they certainly had the meeting with Trump, and he's, trying to get America to help him bomb Iran again. And so now this defense system, which I think is tied into the Iron Dome. So the Israeli Minister of Defense delivered the first Iron Beam system on December 29th, just getting in under the wire to promise to deliver the Iron Beam before the end of the year, according to a joint press release.
And why before the end of the year? Because they need to spend all that money so they can get more next year.
Yeah.
That is a well-known fact. You got money in the budget, you find something to spend it on.
Right.
At the Green Party, we don't have that issue. We just need money in the budget. But, I did want to cover the $1 trillion war machine. It's a clip from the Hedges report.
Okay.
This kind of breaks it down for you. Then we'll move on to Ukraine, the Nick Cruse thing. Hazel, do you have that? I know we're rapid fire. Like, I was listening to everything today on 1.25 speed, and that's the speed I feel like I'm still in.
And yeah, so there's no doubt. And I'm sorry, I didn't give my commentary on that. I'm wondering if that is what they were waiting for. Now that they have that, they can bomb Iran, because if you remember the 6-day war in Iran, so they bombed Iran pretty bad, and Iran got back, and they were hitting Tel Aviv, and people were panicking and screaming, and fighting in their little bunkers, and so I'm wondering now if that's what it is, that the Iron Dome failed, and so now they got this new system, and now they're going to go for Iran again.
And that just goes to AOC's vote on defensive.
Right.
Defensive means you can just kill and bomb and attack people with impunity because you will have no repercussions.
Right. I mean, the thing about AOC is right. She was voting for the Iron Dome, which is supposed to shoot down the missiles coming at Israel to protect them to commit a genocide.
Which means you can just fire. Yeah. Go ahead and play it, Hazel. Sorry.
The historian Arnold Toynbee cites an unchecked, rampant militarism as the key factor in the collapse of a civilization. This militarism disembowels a society. It fosters social breakdown, the rise of authoritarian governments and demagogues. It deforms a society until it is unable to respond to existential crises, in our case, the climate crisis and a growing social inequality. The ruling elites, Toynbee warns, abandon the common good and become sycophantic appendages of oligarchs and a military machine that functions as a state within a state. The United States now spends nearly $1 trillion a year on its military. William Hartung and Ben Freeman, in their new book, The $1 Trillion War Machine, examine the role of Pentagon contractors who receive more than half of the Pentagon's budget to the high-tech fantasies of Silicon Valley's entrepreneurs such as Peter Thiel, who peddle unproven and often unworkable technologies to foster, in their eyes, new forms of warfare, including the mass colonization and militarization of space. The authors unmask the bought and paid for enablers of the war machine, including politicians, lobbyists, the media, Hollywood, and think tanks. They explain how this unchecked militarism not only enriches a tiny, wealthy elite at our expense, but perpetuates costly and self-defeating military fiascos around the globe, making us less safe and diminishing global.
Gaza's population is on the brink of famine.
Power. This war machine, the authors write, is different from the military-industrial complex President Eisenhower warned us about in his parting speech in 1961. The Pentagon budget is now twice what it was, adjusted for inflation, when Eisenhower gave this nationwide address. Corporations such as Lockheed Martin, which has $40 to $50 billion in annual Pentagon contracts, is able to buy up politicians and provide sinecures for former military and defense officials that ensure loyalty and huge contracts, even for redundant and flawed weapons systems. Those running our war industry know little to nothing about the countries they seek to dominate, leading to debacle after debacle, including 2 decades of military disasters in the Middle East. Yet they have a vice grip, not only on the media, but Hollywood, the gaming industry, professional sports, and academia. These institutions, in lockstep with the war industry, peddle the myths of American exceptionalism, America's supposed superior virtues and civilization, and the mantra of endless war. Dissident voices, especially in Congress, such as Senators William Proxmire, Frank Church, James Abourezk, and George McGovern, willing to question the folly of this out-of-control militarism, one that is accelerating our decline, have been largely purged from public office and public debate. Joining me to discuss his book is William Hartung, a senior fellow at the Quincy Institute. So, Bill, at the beginning of your book, you write, the fact is that since the administration...
Yeah, thank you.
Since
that was fantastic.
Eisenhower, who first coined the term military-industrial complex in 1961, the United States hasn't been led by a single president, Republican or Democrat, who truly stood up to the war machine, consistently prioritized diplomacy over war, shifted the government's focus away from fighting foreign wars and toward the needs of the American people. I think that's where it was really going to start.
Yeah, well, and when he says who truly stood up to the war machine, none have even tried. That was weird to frame it that way. But I mean, that was filled with a lot of really, really cool stuff there, Chris Hedges. And especially, it's just when he said that, the propaganda that is put through our movies, video games, all that kind of stuff. It does. I always have to remember that when I see these ridiculous comments from people who support empire. It's like, well, they've been propagandized their whole fucking life and they believe this shit. And yeah, I didn't realize. Go ahead.
I was going to say, misinformation is more damaging than no information. Because if you don't have any information, at least you might go out and learn something. But to believe the wrong things that aren't true.
And I didn't realize that Lockheed had a $40 to $50 billion contract. My God. I mean, that is, wow. It's just hope. And, he even brought climate change into the conversation, which I thought was interesting. I watched here. It's embarrassing to say, but Fox Weather had their Fox. Oh my God. They had their top 10 of 2025. Boy, you get a good sense of climate change when you watch the top 10 stories. I mean, what a nightmare it was. I mean, we were super, super fortunate that none of the 3 Cat 5 hurricanes, that's a record, folks, 3 made it to U.S. land. I mean, Jamaica was destroyed. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when you see them all together for the year, we are in trouble. And, we were going to cover the San Diego floods. We didn't grab any video from that. I mean, it was terrible this weekend. The flooding in San Diego is horrible.
Major freeways were 13 feet underwater.
Yeah.
Roads that I've driven down when I lived there. I know where they are.
Yeah. No, it is horrendous.
Granted, the water was up to like above the windows, and it happened so quick that people didn't know what to do. I mean, you're going down the road, you're like, should I take this exit? Whatever, It just happened really fast. Just within a few hours.
No, it's really bad. And then the fires of California and the July 4th, where all the girls from the campers sent down the river. I mean, just horrific. Climate change is here. And now we got that to deal with on top. And again, it's the same story in terms of the corporations run our government. They run the media. And so, there's massive propaganda to get people thinking that climate change is fake or it's a Democrat hoax,
Yeah. And, Joe makes a great point. Ike, the guy who signed off on dumping the 1953 Iran government.
There you go.
Extreme irony of red and blue.
Yep. Thank you, Joe. Perfect. Right. We think, wow, he made that speech is famous, right? Wow, great. And then he's doing the same shit. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. All of them, all of the presidents. Well, that's why I pushed back on that comment. Truly, they didn't truly fight against the war machine. They were the war machine. Every single one.
It's lip service versus action.
Right.
That's what people have to understand about people that serve the war machine inside the Democratic Party, which is basically the whole party.
Right.
Not saying the voters can change their mind in one minute, but the people that are there, they always vote for it.
Right.
But they have just enough votes to let it pass. So usually, who's going to fall on the sword this week? 7 people voted for the big military spending thing that they just passed, almost $1 trillion. I mean, you wonder why we're in debt? Come on.
We were going to cover, I had it in my list of things, and it was really interesting. It was Nick Cruse who kind of brought back when he interviewed Khana. And
that's next. Let's just go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah, let's go for it. This is really, really good. First, he's talking about, he'll say her name. I'm forgetting her name.
Emma Vigeland?
Emma Vigeland. Yep, Emma Vigeland.
Tweet, Rathbone, for my friend Khana. Isn't it interesting how he deleted this? This is a tweet from Khana where he used to, before the NATO left formed officially, and they was given the order to fall in line on the NATO proxy war. Khana used to call out the United States for arming Nazis in Ukraine.
Yep.
Ever since the Orange Revolution began under President Bush, the United States has been complicit in the rehabilitation and spread of neo-Nazis in Ukraine. Enough is enough.
That's crazy, dude.
Yep.
And Rathbone, why would Khana delete this?
And I'm seeing it says deleted after 200 weeks. That's like 4 years later. It's like, will you go back 4 years just to delete this tweet? Like what? That's right. That's from March of 22. It's like,
so think about how nefarious. If you think Khana is a good faith actor, I'm glad he brought this up, Rathbone. What does this mean? This means under the Donald Trump administration, when it was cool to speak out against militarism, because that's what they do, and when the Russian military operation didn't happen, that's when he was willing to talk about Nazis in Ukraine. Then Russia began their special military operation, and NATO closed ranks. And that it's very important to figure out who followed orders, because the person who followed orders is someone who you shouldn't trust, because it's someone who will close ranks every single time the establishment demands it. So Khana pretending to be a progressive, this is when it was okay to talk about the Nazis in Ukraine. Then the ruling class told Ro to shut up, delete your tweets, any evidence that you used to speak about this. This shows you that Khana follows orders. This shows you that Emma Vigeland, she's been a political commentator way longer than I have. Mm-hmm. I am a rookie compared to how long she's been in this game. But you want to tell me that she don't know that the Ukrainian regime is ran by Nazis? Yeah. And you guys, do you want to give her the benefit of the doubt, my friends? I'm not.
Yeah, thank you. And you know what? I do want to show the little episode I have at the end, Hazel, because it's just a cool example. It's very rare that some totally independent lefty like Nick Cruse from Revolutionary Blackout Network gets an interview with an established politician. And usually what it is that they are thinking about running for like president. There was about a week there when people were talking about Khana running. So sure enough, he asked to be on Nick Cruse's show. The same thing happened with the woman who ran in the Democratic primary. What's her name? Somebody in the comments can throw that up.
Or who?
She was a self-help group woman who
Marianne
Williamson.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay. And she came on Nick Cruse's show because she was running, right? And he ripped her to shreds. And it went bad, let's say. But anyway, this is a really good example because people just think Khana is just, the progressive of all progressives.
Well, he
But-
he was part of the Bernie Sanders campaign. One of
Okay.
he ran, I think, the 2021.
Okay.
And Bree was part of that, but she got wise.
Right. So Hazel, if you could, did I put the time of the
Yeah,
second one?
Stamps. Let's see. You didn't say what they were, but
Oh yeah,
Nick
29:56.
ripped apart row 29:56
Yeah, to 32.
to 32.
Because they are propagandists, and people should not tolerate that. I don't tolerate that, at least. So because we know you guys used to have the right position, like Ro Khanna, and it was forced to change by the Biden administration.
So Hazel, if
So
you
I'm
can
gonna show
move it
this
up.
clip again because I love sharing this.
Oh, is it pretty close? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You are there. My fault.
And this
Go
is like
ahead.
the only time in history you guys ever gonna see one of these politicians ever volunteer to one of these shows. So I'm gonna show you guys once again. This is what would happen if I ever had to sit down with Emma Vigeland. Like I would embarrass these NATO leftists. Like this is Ro Khanna twisting himself in the knots, trying to tie Ukrainian and Palestinian resistance together. And this is why they look dumb every single time they do it.
80% of all the food going to Africa comes out of Ukraine.
So, bro, is it about rare earth minerals? Is it about
No, for
money,
me,
or is it actually caring about the Ukrainian people?
For me, it's about the principle of self-determination. I mean, that's what influenced me up, right? My grandfather's struggle against colonialism, the belief that people should have the right to have self-determination of their nation. That's why I
Nazis.
support a Palestinian state, self-determination for Palestinians. It's why I support a Jewish state of the state of Israel.
Oh God.
The right for Palestinians to engage in self-defense against Israel?
I don't support
So you
Hamas.
don't support. So Hamas is an organization with Palestinians, correct? Israel is illegally occupying Gaza in the West Bank and committing a genocide according to international courts. If anyone has the right to self-defense, it will be Palestinians, aka Hamas.
Well, look,
So how do you
Nice.
oppose that, but you want to wage war with Russia because the United States is in their backyard?
I come from a tradition of belief that nonviolence demonstration and the tradition of Gandhi or King is what's going to
So
help.
why not apply it to Ukraine? There was a peace deal on the table.
Well,
and
because-
Johnson
because-
killed it.
Nice, dude.
Invasion of a sovereign state.
Israel's invading Palestine.
Wow. That's
So that's
big,
why
dude.
And I know that flew by really fast, folks, but it's a really good example. And the thing is, the Ro Khanna people, they don't know who Nick Cruse is. He's on a list somewhere, right? They don't know him.
Yeah, he said the word. Well, that's Hamas, and they have the right to defend, the Palestinian people. And Ro just kind of goes. He looks over like, uh-oh.
And the context of that was that there's this new thing. I guess Emma Vigeland had also done that. They try, again, it's how they try to twist the narratives. They try to say that the Palestinian people fighting for their rights is like the Ukrainian people fighting for their rights. Sorry. Not when Ukraine used to be a democracy until the CIA and NATO came in and assisted with their, found their right wingers, their crazos, and got them to do a coup of the government and stating it was about wanting to be in the EU. Who commits a violent coup over wanting to be in the EU? I mean, come on, people. They were Nazis. Because they hate Russians, they hate Jews, they hate everybody who's not Ukrainian white, which is even a weird thing to begin with.
You got to have a little more. I don't know. I mean, they're paid not to know. They know. They absolutely know.
Well, that's why that Nick did that whole thing on Ro Khanna. That he actually was saying, hey, he had a specific bill that we were not allowed to fund. What was the big Nazi military group? They
Azov
changed
Battalion.
The
Azov Battalion.
Azov Battalion. He had a bill saying we cannot fund the Azov Battalion. Then he got rid of it. Right. And Nick's right. When NATO came and had a little talk with Ro Khanna shut up. And that's what happens when you're a Democrat, people. When you think you're going to change the world because you have good ideas and you have a good heart, you join the Democrats because that's how you can win elections. So you get in there and they stamp you down. And sure enough, Ro Khanna, they stamped him.
Oh, that's too far.
Yep.
Dude, you need to sit down.
Yep.
you got to get in line, you know?
Right. Right.
And, even though healthcare is, I mean, it's very important, obviously, because of what's going on, we tried to pressure the progressives in Congress. And when was that, 2020, when they took office, to just have a vote on Medicare for all.
Right. That was forced to vote. That was the Jimmy Dore push to get the progressives to all unify and say, nope, we're not going to accept what's her face from being the speaker again, Nancy Pelosi, until we get this vote for Medicare for all. And they wouldn't do it.
That's political leverage. You're not using, I mean, it's not even major leverage. It's just, it's never been voted on. And this is what I mean. AOC was told to sit down and shut up, and she did.
Yep.
She liked her cushy job. She
Right.
liked her health care.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my point also. I think you've already sold out when you put a D next to your name. You've already said you're willing to sell out. That's just the reality. It is. It is. And they prove it over and over and over again.
Yeah. And one thing I didn't mention, which I remember watching whenever Reagan was running.
Okay.
Iran had U.S. hostages. Now, I don't know all the details. I'm sure Joe can fill me in, or other people. But I just remember watching it. I was pretty young then. Well, went behind the scenes, and Reagan's like, don't release them yet because I want to win this election.
Right. No, that is true. I remember hearing about that. Yep. Years ago. Yep. Absolutely.
So this is the level of, I don't give a crap about the people. I don't give a crap about your rights. I mean, if we cared about rights, we wouldn't be allowing Trump's goons on our streets illegally kidnapping people for no other reason but they are brown or black. And it won't stop.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if we want to switch gears to do the one about no one can afford to buy anything. I think
Alexandria had a comment.
Okay.
I was trying to read it and think at the same time. So we'll just bring it up because Alexandria is running for Congress in District 10 against Brad Schneider, the freaking Zionist that needs to go.
The nightmare of all nightmares. He is the worst of the worst, folks. We got him in Illinois, the worst of the worst. So Alexandria, thank you for going up against him.
Plus, joining the EU is a decades-long process. They know no single government cabinet will last long enough to see that transition through, yet they did what they did anyway. Talking about Ukraine.
Right. And the whole thing about, Ukraine joining NATO and how the U.S. is never going to actually let that happen. But in a way, it's how they work all these things. It's a whole proxy war concept. You can say Ukraine's not a NATO government because that means the rules, the Section 5 or whatever gets enacted, right? And so, but NATO went and invaded them anyway. As soon as they did that coup, NATO came in and took over. So, I mean, it is a NATO country. And so all of the actions that Ukraine has been doing in this war are NATO. It's NATO against Russia. It's the US versus Russia. And at some point they admitted it was a proxy war. It's weird how they go from trying to deny stuff to finally just, it's a proxy war with Russia.
And I will also say war always hurts civilians. So for the people that are trotting out, civilians that are getting hurt, civilians are getting hurt everywhere.
Yep.
Not Ukraine. They're trying to completely annihilate Palestinians altogether. Annihilate them or move them. I mean, we had a thing about Somaliland. I forgot what you were going to bring up, but
I was just going to bring up that because we spend, the $1 trillion war, it was just, how nobody can afford to buy anything. So I don't know if you can find that. It's on X, Hazel. And it's just, did it make the show? Yeah, it was in the show.
It's underneath the Trillionaire from Inequality.
Okay.
And this is from Savage Joy Marie, which that tickles me because we worked on the March for Medicare for All together. She was amazing. Yeah.
No. Oh wow, Joy Marie. I'm missing
Savage
that.
Joy. Yeah, I've virtually met her a few times.
Okay.
She's really cool. Her story's kind of unique. she had some kind of thing happen with her eyes, and she couldn't get treated because insurance wouldn't cover it. But this guy's fantastic.
Okay, go ahead, Hazel.
If you don't realize just how bad the economy is, no one is buying anything anymore. Oh, wait, sorry, not no one. Actually, half of all consumer spending for the first time in history is just the top 10% of American households.
Look at that graph, folks.
Our economy is literally held up by wealthy people because they are the only people who can afford to buy shit. And by the way, this doesn't mean that wealthy people are so amazing because they're helping our economy grow. No. Why do you think they're the only people that can afford anything? Don't even get me started on the ultra wealthy people, because get this, since the 1980s, billionaires' wealth has grown by 4,500%, while wages only grew by 15%. And while workers' wages only grew 15%, rent went up 400%. College tuition went up 1,200%. Groceries went up 300%. So who's benefiting here? And here's a hint, it's probably not you. It's probably not your family. It's probably not your friends. So why are you defending them so hard? Oh, I think I'll be a billionaire one day, is what you say to yourself. Get the fuck over yourself.
I'm sorry. Is that not TikTok video of the year? Get over yourself.
Exactly.
But the stats are really, really. I love that chart. He only had it up there, the graph. He only up for 2 seconds, but you just see the difference in the spending. And I'm assuming these were the economic levels, right? And nobody can afford. I was at the car repair this morning. Oh my God, nightmare. I mean, nobody can afford anything. It's just you can't. I mean,
they are squeezing us and replacing us with AI and robots and automation. So if we don't do something about it now, I don't think they're going to care what happens to us.
They do not care. That is for damn sure.
I mean, they won't even need us.
No. And until people wake up, that's the scary thing. Until people wake up, they're going to keep voting for this crap. That's what I don't understand. How are people going to continue? And I get how they fall for the trap of going for the one team because the other team they hate. But until they escape that, and take the green pill.
Hate is deserved by both.
I mean, and again, we pointed out how the Democrats enable the whole thing. Certainly the Republicans are the bad cops. Yes, they are. But the good cop is right there helping them. Right there.
Say, the Republicans steal and the Democrats hold the bag.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Yeah. Yep.
Love Butch. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's Butch Ware?
Butch Ware.
Okay. Yes, folks, support the Butch Ware campaign. Support all the campaigns. Please go out and check everything that's happening in the Green Party. We keep hinting that there's going to be some big stories about people running for office, and we're pretty sure that's still in process. I think they're kind of waiting until January to start with the big announcements. But yeah, please support the Green Party in any way you can. You gotta help us. We've got to take over this government. This government is out of control in every possible way. I mean, do we ever say a good thing about our government? I don't think so.
The people are in control of it. Why?
We did the New Deal. Oh, that was the 1930s. Oh, sorry. That was 100 years ago, folks. The last time we did something good. I mean, it's frightening. No, there was the Clean Air Act. There was one or two good things, and that's all gone.
Well, when Nader was doing good work, right up until the point that he ran for president in 2000, he knew how to work with people and get some stuff passed. And they're like, oh, that's enough of that. The lobbyists.
Yeah. No, it is. Good point. It's a complete takeover now. It's a complete takeover. Mm-hmm. And it is, I think we discussed that before, where they are having less success exploiting the global South. Not since if I said anything positive, right? And, good old Obama, right? He ran for Senate being pro-gay marriage. He ran for president being against it. I mean, a fucking piece of shit. He was the worst.
Mr. Reporter in Chief dropped so many bombs he ran out.
Politicians make me sick. Unless they're Green Party politicians.
Democrats do the same thing. They just do it quietly and lie to your face.
Yeah.
Republicans just don't lie about it. Like, yeah, we're just going to do it. And I don't care what you think, because we're in power now and we're going to do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah.
You know, if Democrats did what they said they were going to do, they'd be the same way about health care and minimum wage and things like that. But they don't mean it, or else
No.
we have it.
Right.
You know, there was a precedent in Libby, Montana, where they gave the town universal health care because of an environmental disaster. Executive order. Boom.
Yep. You know, Hazel, can we share the one that James Lee did? Huge fan of him. Make 2026 the year we end private equity. In the background of the story, or the part of that story that I know that I saw was that Walgreens, we have a piece on it, but I don't know. I'll just mention it. That Walgreens was bought out by a private equity firm, or sold to a private equity firm, forgetting the name. And sure enough, oh yeah, this one. Okay, we could play the Walgreens one. Yeah.
Okay.
It is no secret that Walgreens is struggling. Stores are shuttering left and right, and the ones that still exist are so understaffed that pharmacists are worried about putting their customers in danger, and it's about to get a lot worse. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Walgreens is in talks to sell to Sycamore Partners, a private equity firm with a track record of pushing the companies they acquire into bankruptcy, including Nine West, Aeropostale, and Belk. There are what I call bad private equity firms, and then there's Sycamore Partners, who, much like Walgreens, has little regard for the time and safety of their employees. The Private Equity Stakeholder Project reports that Sycamore-owned companies have had numerous fines for safety violations and wage theft, including 32 OSHA violations at Staples alone. With the state that Walgreens is currently in and the track record of Sycamore Partners, there's little that points to this being a positive for Walgreens or the rest of us. Do you really want your Nana picking up her prescriptions at a company that also owns and operates Hot Topic? Probably not. It is no secret that Walgreens...
I don't, you know, that's a little bit of a liberal slant on that whole thing, you know, for her to say, well, it's one of the bad private equities. Okay, woman. But please play the James Lee, because I'm sorry, my Walgreens story is that sure enough, employees at Walgreens didn't get Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's pay. They had to work.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get that off. So they scratched that for...
Well, they didn't get paid. They didn't get holiday pay.
Right. They didn't get holiday pay. Yeah.
Yeah, I had two on.
This one's great.
Loud will be closing its bakery doors today. Just to say that out loud is completely surreal. And this isn't how I thought the story would go. I thought Sprinkles would keep growing and be around forever. I thought it was going to be my legacy.
Why would you think that? If you wanted it to be your quote unquote legacy, then why did you sell it for tens of millions of dollars to private equity, where their entire business model is to strip mine businesses until they die? So while you got your bag, hundreds of Sprinkles employees were given only 1 day notice of termination with no severance right before New Year's. This is right before they closed their comment section. Employees were going off. 1 day notice is crazy. Just used us for the holidays and tossed us aside. Thank you for the 1 day notice of unemployment with no severance. 1 day notice of losing my job. How will I take care of my 5 kids now? Cupcakes are sweet. 1 day layoff notices are not. Yikes. What a bold way to celebrate 20 years and ring in the new year.
Yeah.
That wasn't very Sprinkle standard of y'all to get rid of us and only give us 1 day notice. Now, the only way to stop this is to stop patroning businesses that are owned by private equity. This is a list compiled by the Private Equity Stakeholder Projects. It's a list of all the major businesses that are owned by private equity. I'm sure you'll recognize a lot of the names on here. A good place to start your research. This is going to be a bold goal, but let's make 2026 the year we end private equity.
So I love James. He is the best. If you've seen him on TikTok and other places. So it was called Private Equity Stakeholder Project. So folks, look that up, and I'm going to look it up too. All this stuff flies by, but look that up because it's a list of private equities. So yeah, we should stop supporting these, that was so perfect for this woman to just, gosh, I thought it was my legacy, giving these fake tears of, and she just sold a fucking thing. I mean, it's gross. These people are gross.
Yeah.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James. We did kind of jump over the Russia stuff. Did you want to cover that?
I guess, do we have I think it's just It might be just a graphic from
Second World War.
no, the what's his face? Ritter. Do we have the Scott Ritter part?
No. You said you were going to look into that. We weren't sure, but I did want to show this. Here's the source of numbers of fatalities attributable to World War II. Do you see that? It's right under the Nick Cruse thing.
While you're looking for it, Hazel, I'll just talk about the Doomsday radio thing, which we put in the show. It was kind of wacky. So I guess there's this radio station that just has noise going, and I don't know why, static. It's just static. And then I guess right when the USSR fell, they broadcast the music to Swan Lake. And, Swan Lake is Russian. It's a ballet about Russia, and everybody dies in it. And so sure enough, I don't know if it was before or after, but there was a drone attack, as we spoke about, on Putin's home, including where nuclear codes were. And they broadcast Swan Lake again. And, people, it's conspiracy theories. They don't know if somebody hacked it, because I guess people were talking online. It's pretty easy to hack this stuff these days. And so anyway, and I don't even know where the name Russian Doomsday Radio comes from, but I wanted to, it made for a good graphic anyway. But it was an interesting story, but it really had to do with, and Scott Ritter had talked about, if their nuclear capabilities are being attacked, they have rules that they have to follow. And so it gets really, according to Scott, we are in really dangerous territory here. And I think for me, this story is just how the U.S., because the U.S. gives the intelligence for those Ukrainian drones that were going and attacking Putin's home, the U.S. just pushes at Putin constantly. And at some point, he is going to say enough is enough. I mean, it's really frightening what we do, folks. I mean, right. And again, it kind of points out how they can go in and grab the level of, they understand, that there are certain things they can't go to, I mean, they attempt to assassinate Putin. So maybe I have to take that back, but, they push him. I don't know. It's the scary games we are playing. And again, it's the wanting to go after Russia is, again, anything that has association with socialism / communism, even though they're not communist anymore. And on top of, it's a competitor. So we feel like, our crazy government wants to get rid of any competitors. And then also it's government oil that they want. They want the oil. So all of those play a factor, but it's sick the way that we are obsessed.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this graphic a little. This is estimated. Thank you, Timmy, our other co-chair.
Oh, okay.
Estimated number of military and civilian fatalities due to the Second World War per country or region. Number 1, Soviet Union, 24 million people. 24
million, folks. So there's a reason they don't like Nazis, folks. There's a reason. It goes way back, and the history with Ukraine goes way back. So,
and China was number 2, 19,500,000. What do I mean?
And again,
all lives are tragic, absolutely. But look who fought the hardest,
right? And who suffered the most. And again, I say this probably every day of my life. The U.S. drops a bomb every day for 50 years. China hasn't dropped a bomb in 50 years. Yeah. So, I mean, we are a bunch of spoiled brats in this country. The only thing that, serious that happened to us was 9/11 in terms of, an attack. And unfortunately, it has made people so privileged and so they can laugh at these things. They'll laugh at us bombing Venezuela or bombing Iran. And, I mean, people are so privileged. And folks, if it's your family, it's not so funny anymore.
Exactly. So United States is way down, 418,500.
Yeah. And again, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Soviet Union did the heavy lifting.
Yeah, right. Right.
But if there is a theory thought process out there that the reason we dropped the nukes on Nagasaki and Hiroshima was to make sure, so
Russia knew.
Right. Like,
Right.
hey,
We were going to
do
show
this if
off.
y'all mess with us.
Right. It was to show off our new technology. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gross.
Sick.
Thank you, Hazel. And then Brian Grigsby, what's up, Brian? Good to see you. Went to TYT, and many of his people were MAGA. Americans do not want to know the truth. They are incurious. But I keep putting Green Party out there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, Brian, because that is, we've got to change the public opinion about the Green Party, and that's for sure.
Stalin, Mao, Hitler, what a 20th century trio of mass killings.
Yeah, I'm going to fight back on that one, Joe. Not having it until we get the real facts on the Stalin shit. I am not going there. There is so much anti-Stalin propaganda. I just was going off the other day on a person who throws that stuff out. Not having it, Joe. We could talk later. Not having it.
Yep. Even in the Green Party, we're not lockstep. We have our own
opinion. No. Of course, we all have different. Yeah. Oh yeah, we
and guess what? Guess what? It's allowed.
Right. No. And no, that's a good fundamental difference is that we aren't corrupted by money. We don't have any, but we're not corrupted by money. So, right. So as in the Khana piece, where I think he had good principles and then he was told to stay in line. I'm not going to tell Joe to stay in line. He can say all he wants as he runs for office. And Jill Stein is not going to come down on him either. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to happen. But no. We disagree on a lot of stuff. But I just think that there's massive propaganda. There's massive anti-communist propaganda out there. It's been going on and on. And I mean, there are books and books about all the horrific things that these communists did. All those books are propaganda too. I would highly, highly recommend, Joe, going and watching, oh God. I'm going to have to look on my phone to get her name. She runs the communists out of Britain, and she's on Garland Nixon's show once a week. Somebody in the comments can help me. I think we've shown her. We've shown her recently. She gives a really good perspective of things from the communist side of the world. And again, like I had no idea what the breakup of the Soviet Union. It was like, wow, the Berlin Wall went down. Isn't that great? But she gives a much different perspective. That was all, again, the CEOs of the corporations going in and grabbing everything they could from those countries who were no longer affiliated with Russia.
Yeah, you scratch a war, and underneath it is somebody's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I did want to cover when the USSR and China saved humanity.
Go ahead.
The ScheerPost.
I'm going to look for the woman that I'm terrible with names. I really apologize at that, but I'm going to look for her name as you put that up.
So the part that I wanted to talk about is the USSR wanted to crush fascism even earlier by proposing a surprise attack on Nazi Germany in 1939, weeks before Hitler invaded Poland. Soviet military officers made an official request to British and French officials to form an alliance against Nazi Germany in August 1939, but London and Paris were not interested. The USSR had 1 million troops ready to fight, but the Western European powers were not prepared. What the capitalist countries in Western Europe and North America had hoped for was that Nazi Germany would attack the Soviet Union, which they considered their main enemy, instead of the Nazis. Wow. This is why the Western imperial powers have long appeased Hitler, signing shameful deals like the 1938 Munich Agreement, which allowed the Nazi Empire to expand in Europe. I have to look that up. I had not heard that before.
No.
What the Western capitalist liberal democracies and the fascist regimes shared in common was mutual hatred of communism.
Yeah.
The rich oligarchs who controlled Western governments feared that they would lose their privileges if workers in their countries were inspired by the Bolshevik Revolution.
Right. That's it exactly. That's why, on every show we talk about U.S. propaganda constantly, our entire lives. Do you think anti-communism hasn't been part of that propaganda? It has been there from day one, folks.
It's the reason the words "under God" is in our Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh,
40s. It wasn't written in there.
okay, yeah.
Add it later.
So I've got her name, folks. I really want to absolutely publicize this woman. I think she's brilliant, Jody Brar. She has mostly, you see her on the Garland Nixon videos. I would recommend any video. Just scroll through Garland Nixon's page, find anything with Jody Brar and listen to her takes on things. She's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant. And trust me, I have not been a fan. I'm on the path, right? Everybody's on this path. And I've gone to lots of communist places and I'm like, oh God, these people, oh my God, will you please shut up? Because there's a whole lot of communists where nobody's good enough for you. If you're not 100% communist, they aren't having it. You're just not good enough. And I hate that. Okay. I hate that about US communists. But Jody Brar's the real thing, folks. Listen to her. Highly recommend her. And again, I think we did it. We covered a pretty long piece a week or two ago where she presented that history post the breakup of the Soviet Union. Because it's really important to understand, folks. I always bring up China, right? I always bring up China because no country's perfect, but look at what they have achieved. And it's government planning, and they have an 80% approval rating in their country. And I'm sorry if people are going to fight back on that and say, yeah, right, they're so scared. They have to say they love their government. No, sorry, folks. Spend some time on Red Note. You'll find out. That whole China credit system is funny. I just watched a guy from China talk about that. He goes, that is such bullshit, people. He goes, you guys have the credit system, all right? It's projecting.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Every accusation is an admission.
Is a projection. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look at our healthcare. People are dying. So.
Oh my God.
And have been for decades because they privatized it. But I did want to cover the Trillionaire Cometh.
Okay.
And then we'll play us out with Caitlin Johnstone, which I love.
Yeah, we're huge Caitlin Johnstone fans here, folks.
Oh, I did see something where she's on, the IDF's list or Israel's list of the
yeah
Semites.
Oh, well, what's his face was anti-Semite of the year.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson.
That was hilarious.
I get it. They're saying the right things. There's some schools of thought that's like, oh, they're just going where the money goes. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that before. Yeah. I mean, I said some, good things because Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying some good things and then she quits. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. That's some bullshit. You're going to come in and make these strong statements against Trump and then you're going to quit again, unless she's being threatened. Who knows? I mean, we know what happens to folks who go up against Israel. So
yeah. Anyway,
who knows?
So I don't know if we have that ready, but the Trillionaire Cometh, Democracy Goeth, which I thought was a freaking brilliant title. This is by Bob Lord.
Okay.
From inequality.org. And how did I find it? ScheerPost sent it to my inbox.
Oh.
What has generated America's increasingly oligarchic wealth concentration? The worst culprit, I'd argue, continues to be a federal income tax system that not only lacks a reliable mechanism to rein in the growth of massive fortunes, but does the exact opposite, exacerbating wealth inequality when we most need it contained. I know taxes sound boring, but a budget and what you do with it says who you are, right? And look what they're doing with our tax money.
Oh my God.
And we saw the accompanying concentration of power become vividly visible at Trump's second inauguration. On the inaugural stand, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg all sat center stage. I mean, we just saw a picture of Mark Zuckerberg sitting in the room, right?
Yeah.
Billionaire control over our nation's major media outlets far exceeds the influence of direct billionaire political spending.
Right.
The 6 billionaires with wealth over $200 billion all control either a major media outlet or a major social media platform. Musk, of course, owns Twitter. Zuckerberg, through Meta, owns Facebook and Instagram. Bezos
and WhatsApp.
Okay. Bezos owns the Washington Post. Larry Ellison's son, David, holds a controlling interest in Paramount.
Yeah.
The media giant that owns CBS and is seeking to acquire control of Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah.
The Ellisons also have their eyes on the U.S. operations of TikTok. Larry Page and Sergey Brin remain the largest shareholders of Alphabet, the corporate colossus that controls Google and YouTube, where we are right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
America finds itself in a democracy-destroying downward cycle. Extreme wealth begets a political power that begets policy choices that lead to even more extreme wealth concentration. And that's why only 10% of the wealthiest people in this country can afford to buy freaking anything.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is on the path to become the first trillionaire in the world.
Yeah. And it's going to happen pretty fast at the rate things. Yeah, at the rate things are accelerating. It's scary. Yeah, folks, we need I'm trying to do the nonviolent revolution. I do think a revolution is going to happen because things are going to collapse. But we're trying to do the nonviolent version here at Green Party. get different people into office. But we gotta do it in 2026, folks. We have to do it in 2026. That's the thing. There's no more waiting. There's no more waiting. We can't. The Democrats famous, now is not the time.
Yeah,
I mean, that's their slogan. Oh, yeah, go, Jody.
Now is not the time because of Nixon. Now is not the time because of...
Right. And yeah, we support Brianna Joy Gray. She's brilliant. And she supports on her show, The Green Party. So that's really, really, really fantastic. She had Matt Ho on recently. We've had him on our show. And she supports the Green Party. RBN supports the Green Party. Nick has had Jill on numerous times. Sabby Sabs has had a number of Green Party people on. She openly supports us. That's what we need, folks. We need folks in the leftist activist online world to support us, and we got to support them back because they are doing the right thing. There's a lot of fake over there in the leftist activist online world, and they're fake because they say great stuff, and then here comes an election, vote for the Democrat. They're fake, folks. Anytime you hear them say vote for a Democrat, they're fucking fake. They are absolutely fake.
Yeah, they're covering the problem and not handing you any solutions.
They're getting paid. That's what that is. They're getting paid.
So this hat is now available.
Oh, yes, right. There we go.
He was saying $75, but they found a way to make it for only 30. So you go to, let's see if I can find the...
I'm sure she was thinking as a donation kind of thing.
Everything in Green Party is donation based.
Yeah.
So we have this new product for sale.
Love it.
Download this. And then I don't know, Hazel, if you can put it in the chat. The link should be in the part about the hat.
And that was cool. They just made it generic GP. That's nice. Green Party. That's cool of the national. Just say Green Party so any state could use it in theirs. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're starting to get sanctioned ourselves. So like we need to control our government because they're just going to break everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's 1:34. I want to thank coming. We had a great crowd today.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. We really appreciate it. And we try to give you some perspective on what was happening in Venezuela, different takes on it, because trust me, I can't even imagine the nightmare that's going on in mainstream media today. Just horrific things that they're saying, all in veiled support of what's going on, or certainly the normalization of it, the acceptance of it, the details around who approves certain things, all that bullshit. It's kidnapping, folks, of a president of a country.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm going to put the link in the chat to go to go get your hat. And I'd like to close out with Caitlin Johnstone.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, let's make this not just a happy new year, because that's obviously off the table.
Too late. Let's
make it a brave new year.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's find our courage. Let's fight back. We have the tools for a nonviolent push to change all the stuff that you keep hearing, and So join a Green Party. You don't see a Green Party, make one.
Yeah, please make one, folks. Please make one in a state. There's some states that have fallen apart with the Green Party. Bring it back. Get them going
Please
again.
donate. I mean, now is the time, right? Yeah. So the hat's going in there. So this will go to the National Green Party, which also supports us. Yeah. If you want to play out the Caitlin Johnstone, that'd be great.
And yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. And please like, comment, and share. And please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I haven't checked what our numbers are, but we really appreciate folks seem to subscribe. Watching every show, we get 1 or 2 folks to add to the subscribers. So yes, but like, comment, share. It helps really to get it around there and people to see it. Oh, here we go.
New Year's resolutions 2026. Do some landscape paintings. Start a podcast with Tim. Enrage the Israeli government. Finish writing that novel. Grow some loofah and make my own kitchen sponge. Fall more deeply in love with everything. See beauty everywhere. Open more eyes to the fact that the Western news media are propaganda services for the U.S. empire. Publish another art book. Laugh more. Cry more. Learn more. Unlearn more. Write more poetry. Cast more spells. Play more music. Take more baths. Ask more curious questions. Play more board games. Read a dumb book. Dance in the kitchen. Sing in the car. Suffer no fools. Make a daisy chain. Become more inconvenient for the empire.
Yeah.
Invite more love in, give more back. Become more offensive to Zionists and empire loyalists. Do more good works. Say the exact opposite of what my rulers want me to say.
Yeah.
Be the exact opposite of what my rulers want me to be. Help anyone who wants to learn how to heal. Facilitate the awakening of human consciousness at every opportunity. Expel anything in me that is not aligned with the highest interest. Watch for openings to let in the light. Make Tim laugh so hard he falls on the floor. Cry for those who won't. Speak for those who can't. Shake out the fear. Spend more time with the really old and the really young. Have an art day with my kids and their friends. Make up a song. Sing it to Tim. Hug my mom. Force money to value a happy child, a healthy adult, an intact forest, a plastic-free ocean. End poverty. House the homeless. Fight the bastards. Free Palestine.
Aw. Hey, Happy New Year, folks. That was nice, Caitlin.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's great. Great number. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. That's how we should end every show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Facebook was being a difficult thing to work with, but I think so you can donate to the Green Party, help us get people on the ballot. You know, one of the things, no, I said I didn't, but one of the things that we
got to talk about this
in Illinois is to stop, what is it? The Illinois board that handles the
the bonds, the Israeli bonds, investment
in Israel bonds.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? What does that have to do with Illinois?
It's the control of our government. Yep.
And I think Lieutenant Governor is on that board.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Yes, everyone. Edie Arndell is running for Lieutenant Governor for the state of Illinois. And
with my awesome running mate, Miss Griselda Romero, for governor.
Yes.
Website coming very soon.
And folks, we have got a monumental task ahead of us in 2026. We have to get Edie and Griselda on the ballot. And so to do that, and Joe, we have to get a minimum of 20,000 signatures on our petition. Luckily, we could put them all in one petition. But 20,000. And the reality is, because we know this every time, the Democratic Party will take us to court and challenge our signatures. So in realistic terms, we have to have 40,000. We have 3 months to do it. It starts in the end of February and it goes to the end of May. Please contact us and help us to do that. And the best way, I guess, is you can reach out to me, chair@ilgp.org, or scott.free@ilgp.org. Come to our Thursday hangouts. We're going to be doing that again starting in January. And we have that listed. The link to the Zoom is on our events page, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Time. And our website is ilgp.org/events. So just come and introduce yourself, say how you want to help, and yeah, we'll get you signed up. And it would really help us, folks. We've got to change this country. And in Illinois, that's what we have to do. Every state is different with their ballot access. We got one of the hardest. So it's a big project. Our goal was to get 260 people to help us, and then each of those persons could it's not that hard to get 260 in 3 months. You go out for a couple hours, get some signatures, but we need 260 people, folks. That's the important part. We got to get that many people to make it so Edie and I aren't spending 10 hours a day out there trying to get signatures every day for 3 months. We're going to die out there, folks. We are going to die. So please.
And the state of Illinois decided,
please help us.
March, it's just too nice and warm. So we're going to move it back to February. It starts on February 25th because,
Yeah, the politicians in Illinois made it harder for us. Thank you, Democratic and Republican politicians. They made it harder. They moved the schedule up in the winter month. So,
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. So I put the link to sign up to petition.
Oh, okay.
In the comment section.
Great.
And I really appreciate all of you being here, and thanks for sticking with us. I mean, can you imagine a Green Party president?
Yes.
Absolutely not. It goes against stand for.
No, folks, fundamentally, we got to change our country. Fundamentally, systematically, we got to change it. And this is the way to do it, through the electoral system. Otherwise, and there's other methods.
Don't buy any gas until we give Maduro back and stop.
Well, I can't. My car's in the shop.
Yeah. But love you all, and free Palestine.
Free Palestine, everybody. All right. Bye.
Bye.
An uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising. Fight the power. It's an uprising. Fight the power.